Well, you've seen our first guest perform on Letterman, Conan, Last Comic Standing, and the Netflix series, The Stand-Ups. We welcome back to AM Northwest comedian and actor Joe List. Good to have you with us. We just realized that you were here in 2018.
Yes, which is, God, a lifetime ago. But everything felt familiar. It was one of those things. I'm like, I think I met this man. I think I met this woman. I think I've been in this building, and I think I've tasted these cookies, and I'm back. And by the way, best show ever, homemade chocolate chip cookies in the waiting room.
Yeah, he does that. That's so great.
And it's such a great excuse to eat chocolate chip cookies in the morning.
Absolutely. It's Friday.
Yeah, if I go to the cabinet and just pull chocolate chip cookies out at 8 o'clock in the morning, my wife's going to be like, we need a divorce. But here, it's like, what else could I do? They're here.
And isn't your hometown like the home of Toll House cookies?
Yes, Whitman, Massachusetts. I am from, and people always want to look it up. They never believe me. I am from the town that chocolate chip cookies were invented in.
Wow.
Whitman, Massachusetts.
So how are his cookies? Because you probably tasted the best.
They're not great. No. They're very good. There's like a nice crisp. It's very buttery, and no, they're delicious. It was awesome.
They are.
Yeah,
they're the
probably
best.
In my teeth right now.
They're the best. You have a 10-month-old.
I do.
So how is life with your first baby?
He's right here. Come on. No. It's good. It's exciting. It's very fun. He's in the hotel room right now with my wife, presumably. It's a lot of fun. Yeah, it's great. And now he's really getting fun. He smiles and laughs, and he has one tooth, and everything I've read is the bottom front incisors come first, and his tooth, he has a lateral incisor, like just one, this tooth over here. And it looks like a can opener. He just looks, and I can't find anything on the internet that says there's ever been a child that had that tooth come in first, so he's doing things a little differently. I asked my dentist, and she was like, he's just doing his own thing.
Yeah.
And so he's just got this one tooth right here.
Oh, that's
It's
funny.
adorable, but...
So you grew up in Boston, pretty much, right? So as a child, did you realize you could make people laugh? I mean,
I think I was like painfully shy as a kid. Really, oh my God! Look at that! I have so many photos from Disney where I just look so depressed. It's jarring to look at it now. I bring him to my therapist, and he's like, "Oh my God!" He starts crying. Yeah, I was very shy, and then eventually I started making family laugh and friends, and then it was more like high school. I started to be like, "Oh, I think I can be funny and deflect things that way." And
but I was looking at pictures of you as a kid. I mean, you were adorable. Just adorable.
I don't know what happened. I lost it somewhere along the line.
Like this picture. This is the one I'm talking about.
That's a sweet one.
Look at your little hands are on your knees.
I know. I'm a very sweet and innocent boy, and my son looks just like this now.
Isn't that something? That's great.
Really crazy. Yeah, and it makes you think about your own childhood and how horrible your parents are. Stuff like that. But
your wife is also a comedian, Sarah.
Yes, Sarah Silverman. No, I'm just kidding.
I was like, wait a minute, wait a minute.
No, Sarah Talamach. There she is. Yeah, she's a comedian, and she's the best. I think that when I was here in 2018, she opened for me.
Oh, at Helium.
Yeah, at the Comedy Club, yeah.
So, and did you just know each other from doing comedy? You both met each other at a comedy store? Or?
Yeah, so we just were both around, and I don't remember meeting her. Like I don't have a good, I saw her, I laid eyes on her, and lightning bolts and doves flew out. I just am like, yeah, she just kind of always was around. She remembers meeting me, and same thing. She was just kind of like, oh, there's a guy, he's whatever.
Yeah.
And then we lived 2 blocks apart.
That's crazy.
Yeah, and then we just were would bump into each other, and we were friends for years. And then it's one of those things where you're both single and you live in the same neighborhood and you go, what the heck, we'll try to date. And that's still how we've been. It's been like 14 years. We're still kind of like...
You've been together 14 years.
I think so, yeah. 2011, maybe 13 years,
yeah.
13.
There's your wedding.
There's our wedding, and comedian Robert Kelly officiated it, which I don't know if he's ever been here, but he's very funny, and there we are, yeah, we did it.
I also learned, too, that you love to run. Do you still run? Like, you love to run in high school, right?
I still run. I ran in high school, and I still run. In fact, I'm going to go to Forest Park after this and run over there. It's one of my favorite places to run.
It's a great place to run.
Oh, it's spectacular. One of the great city parks.
This was your cross-country team?
That's my team, yeah.
Yeah.
There we are.
And weren't you guys, like, champions?
We were champions. We never lost a meet. I was in high school 96 through 2000, and our team winter track, spring track, cross-country, we didn't lose one single time. So
every city that you go to, do you try to find a great place to run?
If I can, yeah. I mean, I love the Pacific Northwest. And last year I was here with my friend Luke Monis, who's a great comedian who grew up in Portland. So he took me to the Alphabet District, which is wonderful, in Forest Park. So we're probably going to go over there. And now I'm going to take my family to those spots and act like I discovered them. I'll be like, I know the good spots, you know. Yeah.
Also, going back to Sarah, not Silverman, your wife, she's a little bit older than you, right?
Yeah, she is 68 years old. Sorry, I went to the wrong camera for my big moment. No, yeah, she's 4 years older than me, which I love. It's not, I mean, it's fun to think about. When I was in 8th grade, she was a senior in high school. I mean, that's spicy. Like, she was, we laugh about it sometimes, like I was like a boy, I was like in middle school, you know, and she was like smoking cigarettes and hanging out at bars. But yeah, so it's nice. And then women tend to live 4 years longer than men.
Yeah,
so hopefully we die
even.
at the same time. We'll see. Fingers
That's
crossed.
the way to think about it.
A long time from now,
Yeah.
of course.
My husband and I have that same age difference, where I'm 4 years older than he is. Yeah.
Oh,
I don't know.
I think it works. I think it's nice. But, you know, once you're older, 4 or 5 years,
It's
it's
not
all
a
the
big deal.
same
Yeah,
age.
It's
yeah.
not a big deal. So, since you've been to Portland many times, what do you think of the audiences in Portland?
They're amazing.
Yeah.
I think Portland is like one of the great comedy cities. It really is, like, awesome crowds. I don't know what that is.
Well, do you think it's because they're smart? I mean, it seems like...
I don't find them bright. No, I do. I think that I always think it's a great combination of you kind of have a lot of people from the country coming in and
Right.
the city, and I think you have like varying degrees of political association, and yeah, I think this is also a town that consumes the arts. This is
Yeah.
a very artsy town, I think, with music and comedy
Yeah.
and literature. I mean, yeah, I mean, it just feels like a great town for the arts. So I don't know what it is. And it rains and it's depressing. So
We all need laughter.
Yeah, exactly.
I get it. You're at Helium tonight, tomorrow?
tonight and tomorrow, and the late shows are the early shows are packed and beautiful. I don't know what's going on at 10 o'clock at night in this town, but we sold about 11 tickets, and 3 of them are my family. So come to the late shows, for God's sake.
Your family's in town?
Well, just my wife and child.
Oh, yeah, okay,
And then I have
gotcha.
close friends that I call family.
Okay, gotcha. All right, so everyone check out Helium tonight and tomorrow. We'll put all the information for you on our website at katu.com. Joe, thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you. It's good to be back. And hopefully it won't be 6 years till I'm back.
Right?
Yeah.
Welcome back. Don't forget to follow us on social media. Jason Show TV, Fallon on Air, just my name, Jason Matheson. Well, our next guest is a comedian that you've seen on Letterman, Fallon, Last Comic Standing, and the stand-ups on Netflix. Joe List has been telling jokes for a living for 25 years. And this weekend, he's headlining at comedy clubs around the country, including a famous one around here. Take a look.
This is where I'm at financially. I'm not rich, but here's where I'm at. I had a big milestone recently. This is my point in life. If I pay for something with a debit card and it doesn't go through, I say, run it again. Most of my life, they're like, that didn't go through. I'm like, that makes perfect sense. I'll get the hell out of here. I apologize. I hate myself. I'm going to move back in with my parents. Don't call the cops. But now I'm like, no way. That's on you. I got 300 bones in there.
Audience, give it up for Joe List.
Hi, Jason. Thanks for having me.
You're
Appreciate
welcome.
it. Hi, everybody. Wow.
How you doing?
I'm doing good. Hi,
That's a
everybody.
very dramatic leg cross.
Thank you. Yeah, my leg, it won't cross on its own. I need to assist. I don't know. I'm being a silly goose. That was embarrassing because they showed a brief clip where I'm wearing the
You're
exact shirt.
literally wearing the exact same
I know.
outfit.
Yeah. Thanks.
Will you be wearing this tonight?
Possibly. Well, I didn't know it was like there was an audience. I would have dressed better. You're in a suit. I should have brought a suit. I blew it.
What did you think this was? The Hooterville show? I mean, yeah.
Well, I mean, this is a nice hoodie.
It is a nice hoodie.
Okay.
I'm not judging. I think you look spectacular.
Thank you.
Hell, we have somebody on staff that wears pants that she got at a grocery store. I mean, you know, it's a, yeah.
Is that true?
Joe,
Grocery store pants.
look at that. Joe, that woman right there.
Wow. I'm for it.
Oh, look at that. That's Aaron Schwab, Joe.
Wow.
Joe, have you ever purchased clothes in a grocery store?
I don't think so. Maybe a beach towel, something like that. But my underwear were purchased at a Dairy Queen. Long story. No, I don't know. I just made up a place that would be funny.
Who? Let me ask, because I'm such a lover of late night. I love Dave. Can I ask, as a comedian, you know, we're back in the generation before, when a comedian would go on Carson, it meant something. And then for us, it was Dave. You've been on Letterman, right, before I go on with this?
Yes,
okay,
yeah.
When you go out there, I know, I just wanted to make sure. When you go out there, Dave says your name and you go out and you hit your mark. What does that mean as a comedian?
Well, to me, it was unbelievable. It was so special. It was his last year of doing the show. He had announced, I was the last comedian to make his debut on Letterman. Like, other comedians came on.
Really, Joe?
Thank you. Yeah. I believe. Don't look that up. But yeah, other comedians came on after me, but I was the first comic.
Yeah, to make your debut.
Yeah, if any of that makes sense. But it was a huge deal to me, and it's not like in the old days, like you said, Carson, you would do the show and get phone calls the next day.
Your life would change.
Yeah. But now it doesn't do that, but it's still so exciting experientially. Like, I went and bought a suit, my parents were there, and you know, I'm on CBS for 4 or 5 minutes, just me.
Yeah.
That's the channel.
That's you.
It used to be I Love Lucy and the Honeymooners, and now for 5 minutes, it's me, and I wore a suit. So I bought it at a supermarket. It was $14.99. But yeah, so it was a huge deal, and it was awesome, and Dave was there, and Paul, and the whole thing, and it's the greatest moment of my life. And I'm married with a child. It's still Letterman, greatest moment of my life.
You are newish dad?
Yeah, year and a half.
Year and a half, yeah.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
Thank you. And he's right here.
He's right.
He's been back here the whole show.
Right there. I would imagine you get a whole other treasure chest of comedy from that experience.
Absolutely. Like the other day, my wife, the baby doesn't fully talk yet. He knows a few words, but he's not fluent in English just yet. So the other day, he was eating a banana, and I said, "What are you eating?" And my wife goes, "It's a banana." Like, she answered for it. I'm like, "No, I know it's a banana. I'm trying to."
You're trying to.
I'm 43. I wasn't like, "What is that?" Like, yeah, I know. If I didn't know what he was eating, I would ask you. I wouldn't ask him.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of stuff like that that's fun. Then the other day I was at I almost said supermarket because of the pants. I was at we were at a restaurant together, my son and I, and he's sitting in the high chair, and the waitress brought him some water, and I said, "Say thank you." He doesn't know thank you yet, but you got to teach him the language and manners. So I said, "Say thank you," and then the waitress went, "Oh, I'm sorry, thank you." Like, she thought I was like, "Hey, say thank you to my boy." Like, where are your manners? I'm like, "No, I'm talking to him. I didn't."
Yeah.
But so you have a lot of fun moments like that, and it's the best. He's the best.
Bjorn, can you hold on? We're going to take a quick break. When we come back, the last story we got to get to is what happens when a comedian loses his voice, but still does his job. When we come back. Back in a moment, everybody.
Thank you.
Do you mind? Just stick around for one more. Thank you.
Hi, everyone. Big warm welcome. Let him hear it. Joe List, everybody.
Thank you very much, everybody. Nice to see you. How about it for Julie and Dayton, everybody? Keep it going for them, huh? Very funny. I wore my Oklahoma State shirt. No? You guys hate them? I went to the game. What a game. Did you guys watch it? It was 7.5 hours long. Not really. I thought that was exaggerating to be funny. You guys are like, no, it wasn't. It was 4 hours long, though. You guys watch? You don't care? Sooners. They won. The Sooners. They're playing right now. You can't care that much about them. You could have came to the early show and watched the game. You guys are like, we love Oklahoma Sooners. We skipped the game to watch this. Could have came last night if you cared about the Sooners. Well, whatever. I like the Sooners too. Whoever you like, I like what you guys like. I just want you to like me and enjoy the show. Thunder, that's my favorite team. Thunder. One of only 4 teams that the name doesn't end in S in the NBA. Who can name the other ones? Heat, Jazz, Magic. Did you say Raptors? All right, it's gonna be a special kind of night tonight. Teams that don't end in S. Raptors. They should be the Toronto Raptor. Just one Raptor, you know? Good to be here. I'm dumb. I look smart. Don't I look smart? I got glasses, right? Yeah, thank you, sir. I'm not. I'm an idiot. I'm a big dummy. And I'm not a nerd. I get pussy all the time. It's my wife's, but, you know, still. What's that? One more time. Getting pussy?
As long as you get pussy, it's good.
Is that a real accent? It sounds like you're doing a character. Where are you from?
Lebanon.
Lebanon, nice. I wasn't expecting a Lebanese guy in the front row in the Oklahoma City show. My God. That threw me for a curveball. That was not what I was expecting.
Lebanon, like Oklahoma.
What's that?
Very conservative, like Lebanon.
Very conservative like Lebanon.
Yeah, I don't like that.
You don't like that? No. Well, there's other places. I don't like it here very much. I'm like, wait, just go somewhere else. You're in America now. You can go wherever you want. This isn't Lebanon. You can drive over to. I went to Stillwater today. I'm back. Nobody can stop me. I could have brought a rifle into the football game. It's free here. You can do your own thing. Oh, your job is here. You follow the job, right? That's what I did. It brought me here, and it's not going great. No, I'm only kidding. It is going great. I'm having a great time. You guys are a little rowdier than the earlier crowds, and that's nice. I like it. I appreciate it. Well, welcome from Lebanon. But you live here now.
Sorry?
You live here now.
In Norman. Yeah, I do.
In Norman. Nice. That's pretty close. About 30 minutes south, right? 20 minutes? 23 minutes. It doesn't matter. I just wanted to pander that I know about the area. We don't have to get into the details of how far it is. You're like, actually 23 minutes. I'm like, I just thought it was impressive that a New Yorker came down and I know approximately how far Norman is from here. Let's focus, everybody. The point is, I'm dumb. What the hell was that? It sounded like chains. He saw 6 Super Bowls.
They saw him.
What?
They saw him.
They saw him.
Yeah.
That doesn't make sense. I got the jokes. I could take over here. The Super Bowl saw Picasso is what this guy is saying. That's kind of a meta, deep bit. You're like, do we watch the Super Bowl or does the Super Bowl watch us? Think about it. I'm like, whoa. Oh, shit. Do you really cross the street, or does the street cross you? Think about it. Yeah, no, the Super Bowl watched them. You know. Lake of the Ozark? What's that mean?
Has this met?
All right. I was willing to hear you out, but they got a little restless. I don't know. Lake of the Ozark has what now?
They're all making fun of me because I'm black. But Lake of the Ozarks has the same amount of coastline as California.
No kidding. All right. I'm going to look that one up. That's a big lake. I mean, this is out of control. What? I mean, do you guys even need me here? What the fuck? Every show, I've had 4 shows, there's like not even one drunk person. This is like special needs night at the club. I've never had tables heckle other tables. What the hell's going on here? Do you guys know each other? Not yet? All right. This is not a good viewing of what this has been. This has been like the best weekend of my life. This is crazy in here.
Make fun of blind people all you can. We love it.
Okay, I'm not making fun of blind people. That guy, you're yelling at the wrong guy. He's making fun of you, and I don't know. I didn't know you were blind, but I got no blind jokes. I'm sorry that you're blind or what. Are you also drunk? Like really, really drunk? You are. That's double trouble, isn't it? All right, I gotta do the show. The people came to the show, they bought the ticket, but tell me the joke after. Not really, actually. Don't tell me after either, but thank you for coming. I appreciate it. This is crazy, right? I mean, how are you guys doing over here? This seems very normal on this side. It's like they divided the crowd into psychopaths from here on over. Let's focus, everybody. Come on, I got dick jokes that will come up later, and it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be hilarious. We're like 10 minutes in, for God's sakes. This is crazy. Women could just. I can't have you start now, too. All right. I feel like I should play the recording of the first show. What's that? They make more. Great. We don't have to worry about that anymore. Do you have a question?
Your parents didn't take any medication.
My parents didn't take any medication. Okay. I cannot wait for this to be over. What does that mean?
I think it's a Lebanese thing.
It's a Lebanese thing. Okay.
You take medication, it fucks with your system, and then sometimes it doesn't get up anymore.
Oh. Because I had boners in high school?
Oh, no, it doesn't have to do anything with that.
It doesn't have anything to do with that? Then what the fuck are we talking about? This lady's just scanning through photos. This is a hilarious show. What do you got going on there? Woo, boy. Anybody else got jokes? Who wants to come up here? I'm tired. This guy's just telling me about my parents' medication. She's zooming in on photos. I don't know what the hell's going on here. I feel like I'm being punked. Yes, my parents were on no medication. That's why I got boners when I was 15 years old. Excellent summation. Okay. Woo. Is this Sacha Baron Cohen? Is he fucking with me? Am I in a movie right now? This guy's like, your parents don't take a medication. I get boners. All right, good. Let's settle down. Everybody settle down. Here we go. I feel like a chaperone at this point. What was I talking about? Kids with boners and... Anyways. Thank you. I'll take it. That's not real. That one was fake. What is that? Was that the blind guy? Oh my God. Thank you. Thank you. That's a hell of a laugh you got there. Let me see what I got over here. There's some funny shit in here. I swear to God. I'm just gonna ignore that.
Joe likes Scorsese and Ronan is Jewy. It's Joe and Ronan talk movies.
All right, we're here.
We're back
Live from Action.
from Skankfest, where Joe and we got a guest. We haven't done this in forever.
First guest. Oh no, Louis.
We had Louis.
We had Louis twice.
Maybe this will be like that, where everyone clips up the clips and doesn't have us in it. Just you.
Just
going to
me.
be Luke talks about 2001.
Yeah, just YouTube shorts of just me and you guys are blurred out.
Do you know what happened with it? We're fucking idiots. I'm getting smarter slowly. I didn't know anything about YouTube, anything about anything. And we started the show. We had Louis C.K., his first podcast that he's done since he got canceled,
Right.
like in 10 years. Since he his career ended, he came back. His first podcast back was our
He dipped
podcast.
his toes with us.
And we weren't monetized. We didn't do a clip. We didn't do anything.
By the way, this is a long time ago, but I was going to quit comedy because I just talked to him like a person I knew. Wait, shit?
I was hoping you would have quit. I didn't realize how close we were.
That was so real.
I
just saw
assumed you
something.
did. I didn't know what's been happening for the last.
But
Folks,
I just talked to him like a regular person because I knew him, and talking to Louis like he's regular and not letting him speak in a long monologue made people more angry in the comments than I've ever seen people be angry. I thought we'd get in trouble for having him on. We got in trouble for me just interrupting him a couple times. Like that was what people
hated us.
I was going to quit comedy. People were so mean.
They were like,
about
these
it.
two fucking idiots. And then, by the way, this is what's so funny about, I hate talking about YouTube commenters and everything. And then I go on Rogan with Louis, Louis Rogan, and everyone's like, List just shut down. Look at him. He doesn't say anything. Couldn't handle the spotlight. And I'm like, if I had said more than 3 sentences, look at this cuck liberal piece of shit talking during the Legends.
Because you let me talk like on the Louis pod, and I got destroyed. I was like a lamb to slaughter. You pushed me out there.
I knew you were fucked. I fucking put tape over my mouth.
It was
a real Goldilocks situation.
It was so
Small
bad.
piece of tape.
But anyway, after we did it, every day now we'll be on YouTube, and I'll be like, "Ooh, Louis C.K. talks about There Will Be Blood," and it's just our podcast, and they've cut us out. It's just him talking,
and it has 380,000 views.
They make money from it.
And we didn't even monetize. Like I didn't know how to put
we don't know how
ads
to do
in.
anything. Yeah.
Anyways, we're here. And speaking of movies, don't tell anybody whatever the movie's got. What did you do? You
I
all
just
right?
spilled water. Yeah.
Are those your tears? We just finished watching Tom Dustin, Portrait of a Comedian, and Luke is in shambles over here.
I have to say, I just watched the premiere, the debut of the world premiere of Joe's documentary, Tom Dustin, Portrait of a Comedian, and I cried.
Twice.
Sat next to him weeping.
Like a girl. No offense to the girls.
I will say, it's okay. It's okay to be emotional. It's okay to be emotional when it comes to a documentary, and crying is good. As Donald Trump said, I know many people who cry. Some of them are very good people. You seen that clip of him? He's like, I know some criers. Some people cry, and I think they're good people.
That's how emotional and get. He'll just approve the existence of other people who cry. I would never do it.
Yes, that's literally says, I don't cry personally.
It's a little gay, but if other people do it,
yeah.
I think I'm doing kind of a good one for a second, right?
Yeah, that was good. Actually, you have a sort of there's a timbre. We won't talk about the documentary, but there's a certain.
I would do it.
We're done with my film already. We're talking about Trump. People
quality
love
of your
this.
voice.
Let's go right into Trump talk.
This podcast feels so weird. I've never had people watch. I've never had.
Thank you so much.
Fucking Luke in here. It's like this is like a new podcast.
No, okay, so
I've never had people not laughing.
You
watching
put
us the whole
together
time.
a really just sort of. It was just very moving, and I think anything. I'm a softie for anything that's about comedy and friendship and reflecting on a friendship. And thank God, you and Tom are both very emotionally open.
Yes,
adult men. And it's okay to be emotional.
I'm emotional.
I don't know why
I'm
I'm single.
Guys in movies only. And we're voting for Kamala.
But
comments. Tell us why we shouldn't in the comments. Algorithm, baby.
But when I walked in for a second, I didn't see the whole thing. I'm going to see it in 2 weeks. I had a spot.
Ronan literally. Luke is in it. Luke's crying. I look. Tell him.
First of all, there's a seat saved for Tom Dustin, the subject of the film, and Joe goes, save the seat for, and then halfway through the movie, Ronan walks in, sits in Tom Dustin's seat.
Cut the tape. Get in there.
Sits on the seat, and then at one point, he's been in there for 2 minutes, and then he just pulls out his phone and starts going like this, and I go to Joe and I go,
well, Ronan asked me,
first of all, approval.
But still, no, you go like this. Ronan goes, would it be all right if I took my phone out to check the time?
I didn't hear that.
Which is still insane to do. And he goes, because I have a spot. And then I go, yeah, dude, whatever. Like, what am I going to say? No. And he pulls his phone out and he's like this. I just see him just flipping through apps.
He's literally doing the app flip. You know, when you're scrolling, he's doing the mindless app scroll.
It's like a pot of spaghetti.
How funny would it have been? Like, can I, is it okay if I check my phone to just look through Instagram for the next couple of minutes?
I thought that's what you were doing. And I didn't want to say anything because I was
ad for approval.
Yeah.
Is it okay if I look at porn like just for the next 20 minutes?
I couldn't believe that you were doing that.
Well,
That's
I
egregious.
had to check the time. I had a spot.
But what you do in that situation is you look at your phone before you go into the movie theater. Correct me if I'm wrong, everybody. You look at your phone before you go into the movie theater, and then you feel it out, right? Because you always feel it out. I never, if I had an obligation, even in a movie that wasn't made by a friend, if I'm for example,
sitting next to him.
That's true.
I'm Spielberg.
You sat next to Spielberg during Jaws.
During Jaws.
Pulled out your fucking pocket watch.
During
Jaws.
Jaws.
I wanted to watch it. I had to go to a spot. It was badly scheduled. They should have known not to put me on a show when your movie's playing. Don't they
Actually,
know
yeah,
our
from a programming
relationship?
perspective.
Also,
Yeah.
the movie started a half hour late because there's no Wi-Fi in the building.
Oh, really?
Which is
Oh, yeah.
hilarious.
And I
They're
have
like,
to-
we're uploading the film onto a hard drive.
Yes.
They should take 30 minutes. And I'm like, we're 5 minutes past the time it was supposed to start.
Yeah, there was no Wi-Fi in the building, and then at one point, they were like fiddling back there, and I went, "You could use my hotspot."
Really? For the movies on your hotspot?
Which is your face, by the way.
Thank you so much.
What a hot face. Is he hot or what? Ladies?
All right, we're going back to a
right?
Thank
two-person
you.
show. Get out of here. This is
Okay, I'm
ridiculous.
sorry. He says I'm hot, and then everybody on YouTube is like, "This is the
They're like-
ugliest
they're like,
guy
"No,
I've
he's
ever
not.
seen."
Why does Liz
People
think
hate
that?
me.
It's crazy.
Yeah, it's really crazy. Thank you for saying it, but you need to stop because people are coming after me. My family is getting threats every day.
It's funny because if I didn't say anything, people would be like, "Oh, he's a cute kid." But because I'm like, he's so hot, everyone's like, he's an ugly
Well, you
piece
know
of
what's
shit.
interesting about you? You kind of have like a cute, nebbishy face, like almost like of a nebbishy guy, but then you're also a tall guy. So it's like a combination of
Tall
the
Jew.
No nebbish, no neb.
No neb?
but
don't
just
see
like a
any of that.
Jewishy face, like a Jewishy like.
Can I tell my?
no,
can I
he
tell
doesn't look
my?
like a
Can I
Jew.
tell my the John Mayer story I told you?
Please.
So I was doing a show in LA a few weeks ago. Greg Fitzsimmons comes in, great comic, comes into the green room at the club, and I haven't seen him in a long time, and he looks at me and he goes, "You know, you kind of look like John Mayer. Anybody ever tell you that?" And I go, no one's ever told me that. I don't think I look like John Mayer, right? Anyway, we move on. The host comes in. She's a newer comedian. She goes, "What would you like me to say?" And then as a joke, Greg goes, "You could say he looks like John Mayer." And everybody laughs. And I was like,
did it?
I go, "Please don't say that. Please don't say that," you know? And then she goes out on stage and she goes, "All right, everybody, this next comedian told me to say he thinks he looks like John Mayer."
Oh my God!
And people went, and I walked out and I was like,
What a bitch!
I think, but she wasn't trying to pull a fast one on me. It was a genuine, like she thought that's
Why
what she was
even
supposed
say
to do.
like that's like that story? I must have told you this where I had a credit for like a shitty credit where I started like Laughs on Fox, and I was doing a show and the host was like, "Do you want me to say anything?" I'm like, "You can say Laughs on Fox." And then the host went out and goes, "This next comedian wants me to tell you all he was on Laughs on Fox." It's like, why did you not know to like cut out the part where you tell them like?
Exactly.
It reminds me of my favorite story when I was in Dayton, Ohio at whatever I forget the name of the fucking club. I'll think of it. Wiley's.
Wiley's.
And
Coyotes.
Jeff Tate was doing a guest spot. The MC was new, and the MC says, "Hey, what do you want me to say?" And he goes, "Just say Craig Ferguson." And then the MC goes on and goes, "The next comedian is Craig Ferguson." True story.
That's funny.
Jeff Tate also did a guest spot in Portland.
He did. Jeff Tate lives in Portland now.
Does he live in Portland?
That's right.
He dresses like he's lived in
Well,
Portland.
that's what I was
going to
say. He was like, where can I get the most flannel shirts to put on my waist? If you know Jeff Tate, that hits really hard. For the folks at home who know Jeff Tate, that's going to hit big.
He's got interesting fingerless gloves.
You know what I did that was really
The rapiest
stupid?
of gloves,
After
yeah.
the movie, I went back on stage. We had a limited time, and instead of saying everybody spread the word, put it on Reddit, put it on Instagram, I went, "He's not here, but keep it going for Patrick Holbert, the editor."
Who gives a shit about
And you
the
literally go, I don't.
This is why I can't succeed.
You gave Patrick credit that you were like, "I told him different things to do, and he did them." and then you ended it.
And then, but I should have been like, everyone go post about
You
it,
gotta be
talk
like
about
Bert
it.
Kreischer. Take off his shirt and be like, tell everybody, word of mouth. That's how he does it.
I know.
I thought there was going to be a talk back. I wanted those like high chairs that they have at movie Q&As.
Director's chairs.
Oh, director chairs.
Yeah, geez.
Sorry,
I thought you were in the
everybody.
biz.
Wow.
It's embarrassing you're on the show.
I call them Joe List chairs now.
But wait,
Hey, now.
what? Was Tom there?
Yeah, he was there.
It turns out he was in the theater and
Well,
he was
he
in the
said
top
that. He
corner.
said I was in
I know.
the
I
seat.
didn't think he was there.
Oh, no, he went up to the top because he
So
knew
what
he
did
was
he
going to be
say?
emotional.
What
He
did
came up after. He was very emotional, and he told a great story about his proposal, about how he tried to get a falcon and they
Killed.
gave him an
Yeah,
owl.
yeah.
Killed.
They
The fun-
killed.
Can I tell a lot? I mean, I've only seen a little of the
He's got
documentary.
to watch 3 minutes. He's going to tell us all about
This
it.
is
Yeah,
the
tell
most
us about-
insane thing I've ever
Tell us about
seen.
the 2 minutes that you weren't texting.
But they're the.
I mean, you literally, it's not an exaggeration to say you watched 45 seconds of the film.
I did not. I watched like 3 minutes or 4 minutes. Well, first of all,
not
the
true.
hilarious part when he's like, "Can I talk about the part for a minute?" Or is that
Yeah,
spoiler?
no, talk about it.
The part where like
about it.
he's like talking about his like alcoholism on stage, and then it's like really long. And he's just like, "Anyway, your next comedian." The fact that he's like in between sets, that's such a funny gag. It's like so long, and he's like. Anyway, you're like, oh, he's a host. That was like that was time in between.
There was
That's
a
great.
moment, though, too, where it was a really touching part where he's talking about his alcoholism, and it's kind of
sad, and people were like dying laughing. The comedians all behind me were like cracking up.
I know.
What's going on
There was a couple of those moments, and it's only a reflection of the fact that you had a bunch of degenerate comedians in the crowd around you watching. It's not a reflection of the film at all, but there were points where it was a touching moment. It was meant to be touching, and then you heard people go, oh,
yeah, he's like, I might kill myself tomorrow. And
exactly. It's just tough because he's so funny the whole time. It's hard to put the foot on the brake pedal when someone's laughing.
But John Q, audience member, watching this in a theater near you soon, is going to not have that reaction at all. He's going to be crying. He's going to be like me.
Why do I only have one letter for my last name?
What do you mean?
No, John Q, his last name is audience member.
John Q.
Audience member.
That's right.
Yeah.
John Q, that's another film. Have you guys talked about John Q on the podcast?
We're not talking about movies. What the fuck?
We're talking about my movie right now.
Talking about his movie.
Documentary?
You guys can talk about a documentary.
All right, let's talk a little bit about Don't Tell Any. I don't know the name of the movie.
Speak No Evil.
Speak No Evil. I can't remember Speak No Evil.
Joe's movie's great. I mean, what I saw was hilarious, and apparently there's some moving parts.
George, you saw it? You liked it?
Loved it. You need to stop reviewing the film.
Yeah, knock it off.
I wanted to talk about Speak No Evil.
Aren't you doing a screening in October?
Yeah, October 11th. It's sold out. You can't get in.
Afterward.
But how about, by the way, this is what Ronan does, though. We do a movie podcast. He'll be reviewing the movie. He's like, I hated it. It's a piece of shit. And I couldn't even watch more than 8 minutes. I was on my phone immediately. I'm like, wait, what?
So you're just on the phone for all the movies.
No, I'm not. No, that's not true. That's false information.
So how did you guys hear about the film Speak No Evil?
Speak
all right,
no
that's
evil.
what we're going to talk about.
Hey, Marcus.
Mark Norman.
Can we get another microphone?
Am I late? Am I early? What is it?
You're late. This is Joe and Rana. We're late, but get on here. Get a microphone.
No, get in here.
Yeah, swing in.
That's how you doing, buddy.
Get a chair. Get a mic.
Oh, thanks. Look at that.
We're talking about Tom Dustin, Portrait of a Comedian. You ever hear it?
I heard it bomb.
No, it killed. They cried. They laughed. Good to see you. You just got here. You missed so much.
I heard Ari took a bloody shit.
Ari took a bloody shit on the floor, ran his easy, painted his dick black.
I saw someone come. Ari was like hanging out back behind the show, and so the host was like, "You want to do time?" Only here would someone take a shit on stage, and someone immediately the next day be like, "Want to do time on the show?"
Can I just point out this is Ronan summed up, by the way, and it's nice because we have a juxtaposition. You put your glasses on the table. Look how Ronan puts his eyeglasses literally
strange.
lens down.
Yeah,
he's Captain Smudge.
Let me just take
Captain Smudge.
He is Captain Smudge.
You're gonna leave a baby in a hot car one day.
Lens down in the fucking. Let me just put the lenses right on the fucking table.
That is
Yeah.
You take your boots off. You
The
put your
hot
feet on
car
the table.
baby thing really sucks because it is just an accident.
It does suck.
Because it's just like I
You don't
fucking
know
forgot.
that. It's sometimes it's negligence.
It's called a Texas abortion.
Texas abortion, but
Get
like,
rid of it.
but like you could just like forget. I mean, like I could see myself
It's
being
happened.
like, "Oh fuck, I had the baby in the car."
Yeah. No,
it
and now I'm a
happens.
murderer, but I'm just an accident.
You would
We
leave the
have
baby
a-
face down.
We have a friend has a friend who did it as a guy. He did it. He killed his kid, left him in the car, and then his wife and him are still together. They made it through.
Wow.
And there was a trial and everything to see if he had criminal liability.
And he did?
And he got off or whatever. Or maybe he was innocent. He didn't get off. That makes it sound like.
But how do they know what's how would they know if it's criminal?
I
or
think
not?
they go through your texts and your diary and they
Yeah.
check your underwear.
That's
I
what
mean,
a trial is.
Yeah.
But like, I mean, like if it was an accident, how would they? I mean, it seems like
you have witnesses,
Happens every-
character
like,
witnesses.
This is what happens every time there's a death.
Oh, you're saying they're
What are you
finding?
talking about?
You're saying they're finding
This
out.
is like the entire
No.
foundation of our legal system.
You're saying they're
am I
finding
crazy?
out if he deliberately murdered them, or
Yes, if a child dies, you can't just go, well, whatever.
No, but I'm saying, you know what I'm saying? Like if it's manslaughter,
Don't put it on him.
What about your lawyer?
He's
He's just buffering for the next zinger.
If it's manslaughter, either way, how do you know whether it's accidental?
But you
negligent,
don't
or
know it's manslaughter yet. It depends on what they're it depends on what they're
people can
indicted
go to jail
for.
doing that without it being murder. They
Well,
can go to
that's-
jail for
of
doing it
course.
without
Accident.
So how do you separate
They got a
the
bad
two?
lawyer.
They got a bad lawyer. Okay.
There
Well, you
Just
go
say
in,
he
you
was
go,
white.
you
Just
have
say he was
character
white.
witnesses, and you go, hey, you bring this person in, he loved it. You look at the text, I love our son, whatever. You do
All right.
toxicology.
All right,
I don't
fine,
know.
fine.
What a
That's
waste.
exactly what. Yeah, there's a trial.
I think my question is very valid.
Jury
There's
of peers.
different types of manslaughter or baby slaughter.
Baby slaughter. Baby slaughter. Now, that's a fucking band that
That's
should
a
play
band.
Skankfest.
Yes.
They're
Baby
opening for
slaughter.
Captain Smudge.
Baby slaughter. What a night. So, did you see Don't Spank Me? What's it called?
Speak no evil.
Speak
Oh,
no evil.
no, I'd love to see Don't Spank Me. Sounds
I
like my
can't
wife.
remember the title.
Speak no evil.
Wait, so you recommended Speak No Evil to me, and a great recommendation, but also it's rare that I have beef with you. You, I very much dislike.
Yeah.
You have your moments.
I'm a good guy.
You're aces all the time.
But this guy
You play
just
people
goes.
off each other. You're like Brian Cox in Succession.
This guy goes. Never saw it, but I love Brian Cox.
Doesn't watch TV. That's another podcast.
This guy goes, hey, you got to watch this movie. It's great. It's killer. I'm enjoying the film. Great wreck. I text you, what a movie. It gets to the end. They take it. I have a baby.
Spoiler alert.
Yeah, you can say.
Spoiler
you can
alert.
say.
Yeah, they watch. I have an 11-month-old baby. They take a baby, they kidnap him, pull his tongue out, and cut it off with scissors, and they show it.
Spoiler.
I don't have kids, so it sounds great to me. You know, you have to have kids to understand how horrible it is.
Now, could you get out of that trial?
People with kids, they don't think like he was like, oh, you don't understand what it's like. Like I don't know children's suffering if I don't have kids.
No, but clearly it hits him harder now.
Well, why?
Yeah,
I can be
this is a
affected
big-
by children.
No.
Well,
This
I'm
is
just
a-
over here being like, kid fucking's great. I don't have a kid.
No,
Who
but you're
knows?
doing a thing where you're saying it means nothing to you. I'm not saying it means nothing to you, and you want to have a kid. Once you have a kid, you'll understand it will feel different, and then you'll apologize.
Well, Ben Moore, who does not have kids, watched it, turned it off in that moment, could not watch the rest.
Well, if he had a kid, he would have smashed the TV.
All right. Well, but you finished and he didn't.
That's a performance, though. For him to turn off a movie 2 hours in, that's a performance.
Someone had cut off his tongue when he was younger, so it hit hard. By the way, am I still in? I feel like I've been pushed out of the camera.
You've never been on camera.
Oh, yeah, you might have
framed the entire
Why?
It's supposed to be me and you. Fucking this giant comes in, pushes me
Two of the
out.
hottest
Then
men
Norman
alive
comes
come in.
I'm not even in the podcast. This is what's happening.
Pull your seat back in.
There you go. This is ideal. The
You
audience
should have
is loving
seen the
this.
roast yesterday. He roasted Aaron Berg.
Whoa.
Four judges. 4-0. 4-0 victory for Berg.
Yamanika said it
Smoked him.
best. She said, Ronin.
Smoked him.
Ronin.
Rhoda, that's a great film.
Ronanin. Not one of your jokes hit.
Crushed.
What happened? You're a
Natalie, you have
good
a
joke
question?
writer.
I do, and now I don't have a mic. I thought you were really good.
Thank you.
I thought it was really close.
Can't we
Thank
do that
you.
at the end? Can't we finish trashing him and destroying him before we
What are you
bring him back to
doing?
life? No, you did have great jokes, but Ronan is a brilliant joke writer, a brilliant roaster. Wrote some of the best roast jokes for me that in history. The chain wallet, famously.
Great one.
A couple other great ones.
The only thing Jewish about Big J is that he changed his wallet to his pants.
That's a funny joke.
Yeah. Good thing I delivered it. That was at the Lewis roast at Skankfest Houston. He had another good one. Zach Amico's mother died during childbirth, I assume.
This is great.
He's so good, but
Where was
he
that?
doesn't know his. First of all, it was outdoors in the fucking
I'm not an
Parthenon.
arena. I don't know how to do like arena.
Arena? How
it
big was his roast?
It was in the boxing ring downstairs.
But it was like an arena
awesome.
vibe. I don't know how to like yell out to the people.
You don't know how to yell out? What are you crazy?
That's all you do is yell.
Well, I fucked up. I was being too subtle because I realized I said that my first line was, Aaron, you're Jewish, but there's nothing Jewish about you. You know, you're not neurotic. You're not funny. You're not doing well in your career. The only thing Jewish about you is how much everyone hates you for your indiscriminate bombing, you know?
Oh.
Funny, but
great
too long.
joke.
Too
But
long. I realized what I should have said is he's pro-Israel because like Israel, he's big into indiscriminate bombing. You know, I should have said it
I
like
think
that.
lose indiscriminate.
You don't need indiscriminate. That's a lot of
I
syllables.
used a
That's
lot of
so
big
expensive.
words. They got mad.
He also used.
It's a Skankfest.
We're outdoors at a mall in Old Vegas at Skankfest. He also goes, the best thing, the only thing Aaron Berg's ever written is his own Wikipedia page. Here's an excerpt. They don't know the word excerpt.
Yeah,
And then he
that's true.
goes, and then he said, he's the funniest comedian of all time. Citation needed.
Citation.
Very funny. He busts out citation.
Yeah, come on.
These people have tattoos of Luis Gomez on their back. They don't know citation.
Also,
I can see them getting mad like,
I think to just set the table here, it's outside, and the audio. I was saying he sounded like Lou Gehrig making that speech.
and I said Jew Gehrig.
Jew Gehrig.
Hey.
And that got
Yeah,
bigger
that's a
laughs
lot.
than all my jokes. Yeah, it was bad. I bombed
You should do
completely.
Jew Gehrig.
I also thought I was going to do really good. That was the worst part. I was like, I'm going to destroy him.
Yeah.
And then everyone's like, you're going to destroy him. And then he destroyed me, and everyone's like, he's a hack.
Well, so then he does citation and excerpt, and then Aaron just goes, he's a fat fucking Jew. And the crowd was like,
Now that's a joke.
I once roasted with Sean Finnerty, and
don't know.
the Irish guy. Never roast an Irish person because like it just stings. And like I was doing these subtle jokes, they weren't like laughing, and then he just was an Irish. I can't do an Irish accent, but he was like, "They say you are what you eat." So I guess you should stop eating so many fat faggots. And the audience just like put him on their shoulders, put a crown on his head.
that's That's not bad.
That's something.
But in an Irish accent, it's just like
Yeah.
destroys. Never roast someone with an Irish accent.
So Speak No Evil.
Speak No Evil. We gotta get
Which
to
you
this.
haven't seen either
No,
film.
I'm terrified.
Well, I'm glad you're here. It's, I thought, for some reason, the movie was called Now You See Me.
Now You See Me, which is a
Now You See
Jesse
Me.
Eisenberg heist magic
that's
movie.
the magic heist movie.
Oh, that was bad.
I don't know why I thought that. So the whole time I'm watching this film, thinking that they're gonna like disappear. Now you see me, now you don't.
now you
Is that
Right.
true? Are you being serious?
I'm 100% serious. I thought that all the way through.
You thought
And
I
so then they're
recommended
like,
Now You See Me to you?
Well, I just thought it was called Now You See Me.
What do
I
you
don't
mean they
know.
disappear? Just disappear? Like
I thought it was gonna get to this weird point of that they're like ghosts or
No,
some
that's
bullshit.
a movie about magicians who rob a casino.
You're thinking about that movie. Forget that movie. I just thought this was also a title of this movie.
Oh, okay.
It's a
I see what you're
different
saying. I
kind
see
of
what you're
bad
saying.
title.
I see what you're saying.
Right.
Speak No Evil.
Well, there's a couple of movies. So the first time a friend recommended this movie to me, like a year and a half ago, there's a different, shittier Speak No Evil that's on Amazon. You can also, which is like a horror movie that was clearly made for like $4, and like you can't, and the audio's bad. It sounded like your jokes yesterday, and it was like, so like I watched like 30 minutes of that before I was like, this can't be what he was.
And
recommending.
also, it's not called Speak No Evil in what is it from? Is it Danish? Or?
Danish, I think.
It's called The Guests.
Oh, really?
Which is kind of like a bad title. The Guests.
Yeah.
The T?
The Guests.
Guests.
Oh,
Yeah.
guests.
The Guests.
With
I
a
think
T.
it's hard. I think
Yeah,
if we're
Iron
being
Guests.
What? Just because I say guests, you have trouble for some reason.
I think you have a hard
understanding?
time
word.
Last
landing it.
digital.
Something about me saying S is confusing to you. What? I don't get it. It's guests.
There you go. All right,
That's the
boss.
first time I've
Tell
ever
some-
not been able to understand you.
Yeah.
It's tough.
The guests.
My list comes out when I'm nervous.
You nervous?
What are you kidding?
Where's Mark?
What about me?
Nervous about Luke. He's so hot and big.
Speaking of guests, I can't believe I saw Bargatze on Legion of Skanks out there.
He's down. He's on
here?
Story Wars. Yeah.
Wow.
Oh, he's here. I didn't see him.
He's
It's
down there.
insane. Yeah, it's like a mirage. He's sitting next to Jeff Ross.
Careful, Natalie's got the hots for old Bargatze.
Hey. You could
The
do
old
worse.
my mom.
Your mom is like encouraging your hots for him?
Well,
or
my
what?
mom's really into Luke Monas, evidently.
Oh, I see. I think Nate's super hot.
Really?
Yeah, I think
yeah.
he's a good-looking guy. Yeah.
Huh.
He's a good-looking guy.
Yeah.
Is he? I can't. He's getting better looking. That's for sure.
Can I tell you
Absolutely.
who I think the hottest comic is?
Please.
Scott Chaplin. He's getting a little
All right,
weight.
we got to wrap this thing up.
What
here.
are we doing?
What
Scott
are you-
Chaplin.
This is
Chaplin.
crazy.
He'd be the third most attractive comedian here.
Chaplin.
He's a
nuts?
beautiful looking
I
guy.
think you might beat Scott Chaplin.
He's a
George
beautiful
Will.
looking guy.
What are you talking about,
He's
Scott
just hot.
Chaplin?
I'm telling you.
What are
He's
you,
hot.
crazy?
I'm telling you. He's so
I
hot.
mean, he's definitely a. He's
Ran
a,
Azizi's better looking than Scott Chaplin.
I don't know about Ranazzi's. He's
Maybe
got
it's
a weird mug.
He's got great hair.
He's got great hair.
good hair.
But he's kooky looking.
yeah.
Yes, he's a handsome boy.
I don't know. I
9/11
in the-
face.
I'm the hot for Scott Chaplin. Yeah.
Apparently.
Well,
he was in the theater, and you were talking about him, and then he was. We were trying to signal to you that he was there.
Oh, but I didn't say anything bad.
No, I know. It would have been
I
fun.
said Steve Renazizi painted his dick black.
I know. You were talking about his dick actually in a nice way. You were like, it's just, it was great to see it. And then people were like, he's right there. And then he kind of like, he put a newspaper above his face.
Wait. Painted his dick black?
for
He
I'm
was
new
painted,
here.
yeah.
What is this about?
just a naked
He
roast.
did the naked roast. He was the judge.
What's funny is
And he
that
thought it would be
get
a funny
it.
gag.
what's funny that was him. Yeah. But what was I gonna say?
Well, he needs the explanation still.
Yeah, why is his dick black?
It was like a
He painted it black, I think, to be like as a gag.
like a
Be
guy,
funny.
like a black dick.
I see.
I got a black dick.
You know,
Is he huge?
No, I think that's what's so
I
humorous.
see.
That's what's so.
All right.
That's what makes it
such
all
a humorous situation. I do that line all the time.
The naked roast, definitely the feeling you get that I felt more, because we also got booted pretty
We got the
pretty
heat.
early.
It was very,
We got booed
very
with
embarrassing.
taking photos.
yeah. No, we
Video.
got booted because it was too crowded. They were like, you guys got to go. And
I had the old school camera on my shoulder. the headset.
I was on Sticks, but
Sticks is funny.
Sticks is good. Sticks is back. No, but it's just a real feeling. Like everybody comes out and you just go,
Yeah, yeah.
That's the feeling everybody's feeling.
Well, here's what happened.
collectively.
Fuck the movie. Don't tell anyone. It's a great movie. What's
Speak
the
No
movie?
Evil.
Speak No
Don't
Evil. It's
tell
very
comedy.
good. It's fun.
The first one's a masterpiece. The second one is
pretty fun.
Is not like it's actually pretty fun. It's not like terrible. The second one's like a fun companion piece, and it kind of like alleviates the trauma of the first one because it has like a happy ending.
It's a little more popcorn.
It like makes you feel better.
Can I say something to you guys? So the second one, we're spoiling the movie. It's okay to spoil it, right?
Yeah.
They die at the end of the original European movie horribly, and the kid gets his tongue cut out. Her tongue cut out. But
no, it's a boy in the first one, and a girl in the second one.
Well,
I guess they both get
the boy already has his tongue cut out.
Right.
Yeah.
But in the American one, the kid gets free, and they end up killing the bad family. And my friend, I haven't seen the movie yet, but my friend texted me. He was like, really good. He was like, they just made the ending a lot better. And I was like, spoiler alert. And he goes, that's not a spoiler.
That's a spoiler.
It is a spoiler because I know the ending.
That's a spoiler, but like it had to be that, don't you think? Like they're not going to do the same thing.
I think push back on this. I think saying that they made the ending better is not a spoiler alert.
I think this is why I brought it up, because I think it's up for interpretation. I interpret it to be like, because I knew they were gonna solve. What was that?
I don't know.
No.
Never heard that on a podcast
The
before.
truth is, any
Take a birth control.
qualifying thing, any superlative, it's kind of a spoiler. Anything where you're like, the ending's great, what a great twist at the end. It's all a spoiler.
Well, a great twist. Wait, you pulled it too far. A great twist at the end is a spoiler.
But like saying the ending is a lot better, it just primes you for some. I don't know. It's all spoilers.
Because I assume the American one was going to soften it a little bit. So for him to be like, yeah, they really fixed the ending, they made it a lot better. I'm like, you spoiled the movie. Now I can't go see it.
But I mean, yeah.
I don't think that's a spoiler.
I don't think so either.
Yeah.
All right, 3-1. I lose. Thank you guys.
No, he's saying yeah.
Do I fucking exist here?
All right, 2-1. I lose. 2-1.
I'm not in the podcast. You're not even counting my vote.
You're out of
say, if two people go and see a movie together, they're both familiar with the first one, and then there's a remake, and then the person one says to person two, the ending is better. How is that a spoiler?
Because it is such a famously dark ending.
Agree. It's a spoiler. Let me talk about someone else hot in the comedy scene.
Please.
Josh Johnson. Now.
He's here?
Johnson. No, just in the comedy scene. We're going all
We're just picking up random hot men?
Well, Josh Johnson looks a lot like this ex of mine. This very cute black girl with short hair. And every time I talk to Josh Johnson, I get like nervous. I'm remembering.
What the hell is going on
This was
here?
a movie podcast.
Yeah, what is happening? We got to cut your tongue out. It really sounds like with
We need to remind
one of those high school paper cutters.
What? He's a feminine looking guy, and she was a little masculine.
Where are we? We're talking about tell no one or don't speak.
I'm bringing it back. He felt left out. He didn't know speak no evil.
I'm okay with it.
Now I'm just imagining those big ribbon cutting scissors like the mayor has.
It's like Big Lebowski with the fucking.
You've never been with a guy who reminds you of an ex?
You missed this earlier. We watched my documentary, sobbing.
Wow.
I don't know about sob. Well,
It's just so sob. Come on, we're trying to sell tickets.
All right,
here.
yes, I sobbed. I
Big
cried
sob.
twice. Cried twice.
Twice.
But Rana comes in, looks at it. He was in there for 3 minutes, looked at his phone for 2 of the 3 minutes.
Wow.
It was understood that I'm waiting for the next 2 weeks to watch it. So I was just waiting.
It's a 96-minute movie you watch for 3 minutes. 2 of the minutes you're on your phone. I think it was crazy. You shouldn't have come inside.
Not a dry eye in the house, though.
Damn.
George, tell him. Tears.
Did you cry too?
I was tearing up. I didn't.
Well, I wasn't going. But I was going. I was going.
That'd be insane.
I was doing this, and actually, I did. I first brushed. That was the first cry. But then, at the end, I definitely was doing that.
See, men are allowed to tear up, but there is a level where it's like you're not really. It's not. It's weird if they were to sob.
You can't do the sob.
You can't be like.
But if it gets far enough, it becomes okay again. I think. I think if a man is really like, because then you're like, we gotta help him. He's having a breakdown.
Yeah. Like Mystic River. Remember that?
Yeah. Say that.
Whoa.
Like something saying, is that my daughter in there?
Yes.
He loves Mystic River.
And the cops are like,
the
yes. What are they like? Yeah.
Do you like Mystic River as a Boston guy?
No, it's okay. It's okay. It's
so
all right.
dramatic.
It's melodramatic.
First 45 minutes are some of the best like movie watching you'll ever
I bet you
have.
like that first 5 minutes, huh?
With the
What's the
kids?
first 5 minutes?
They do remind me of my.
No, you really have to know Mystic River. That joke would have hit hard in 2005.
Best Boston movie, Gone Baby Gone.
Oh.
Gone Baby Gone's great too.
They
Dennis
nail it.
Lehane, yeah, I guess he just corners the market.
He also wrote
Boston Market.
The
Sorry.
That's gold. Boy, we missed you yesterday.
Good to be here.
We had a lot of fun last. We went to bed at 4. I don't even know who I am anymore.
I texted you at 9. You were up.
Oh yeah, I'm back, baby.
That is wild. Yeah, I went to sleep before. Yeah, I went to sleep at like 2.
What about the time? Are we all right on our pod?
Well, we got to wait for Nick. What time is it? 3:04. Yeah. Well, we're just gonna do a bonus. Is Nick DiPaolo out there? Could
Luke
someone
bonus.
Every pod should just.
I told him to ask somebody once he gets here.
He's going to have a real hell of a time finding this room.
Oh, yeah. Well, he couldn't even figure out the place. He's like, can I walk there? I'm at the Circa. Can I take a cab? He's like, are you guys taking a cab? I'm like, it's
What year is
fucking
it?
half a mile away. Yeah, go down to Fremont and just...
Go up the escalator.
Well,
we
last
got
time you saw him?
We could cut this and then make this start a bonus.
That's true.
This has been the movie pod.
Wait, you're taking what? It's that little.
Yeah, this will go into Patreon.
I'd
More
like to,
people will
I have
see
some
that.
other movies that I wanted to discuss.
All right, let's do it.
All right, hit me.
Black Mass, I just watched on Netflix.
Oh, so bad.
I know. I didn't say I liked it.
Black Mass. I already did that on the floor last night.
By the way, he's got blood in his stool. He should do something about it.
He's got a bad asshole.
That's crazy.
If I've pooped blood once in my life and I went to the hospital immediately.
Really?
Pooping blood. Peeing. Peeing
blood,
blood
you're
is
dying.
the worst. That means you're like have cancer.
Never had that.
Pooping blood is okay if it's a couple times.
I found that out.
But
yeah.
if it's his whole life, that's a problem.
I love the neurosis. All of us know the same thing.
Yeah, and if the blood is like really dark, that means it's higher up, and that means you might have cancer or like a bleed inside. But if it's like bright red, that means it's right on your. I learned that once I got to the doctor, and they put their hands up my butt, and they were like
Hands? Multiple hands?
Wow.
No, one finger. But
All
he was
the
like, you have a here's your problem.
What
you know?
if the blood is so dark it just looks like regular poop?
I think that's probably what Ari's dealing with.
Oh.
I can't imagine his. Was it? Did anybody see the poop? By the way,
I have seen some samples of his poop before.
Same.
I think that is so offensive. That's the only thing I've ever been. I'm clutching pearls. I'm like a woman. I'm offended. I'm offended. I heard blood. I heard poop. I was like,
It's
that's
wild.
offensive.
Well, hopefully he has cancer.
It's wild. I mean, like, who had to clean it up? The staff?
Whoa.
Just imagine a guy with a big mop
I mean,
coming
you know,
out.
I heard
little
Scott
rude.
Chaplin.
I assume it's a Mexican.
It's gotta be.
I think that's the policy, right?
Yeah. I mean, it's wild.
Jake Gay, LOL.
But I mean, you know, Zach Amico in the other show, he fucking stapled shit to his dick. It was crazy.
That's not true.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, he does that every year.
It's
yeah, he does it every year.
disgusting.
Face,
Yeah.
balls, head.
What's going on?
He really has
his nipples,
become
yeah.
a work of art. Zach.
Yeah.
Sure.
He's like become.
Venus de Milo.
He's
I
like,
was,
yeah,
I was
he's like
walking.
art.
I was cutting through the room that he was on stage to get to the other show, and I just heard him go, all the women I've had sex with, by and large, they're by and large.
That's
so
great.
funny.
That's gold.
That's
That's
great.
funnier than anything you got.
Killer.
Told me, I think I'm going to take it.
That's really good. Yeah. No, he's great. But yeah, boys.
He makes movies. Have you ever watched one of his films?
No, he's made movies like horror movies.
Yeah, they're Natalie. You've seen them. You don't have a microphone.
Does he work for Troma?
Troma.
The horror. It's like these horror, schlocky horror movies.
Oh.
Toxic Avenger. Yeah.
Oh wow! Fun. Why? What do you do? Why are you doing that to your glasses? It's
They're like
insane.
$2 glasses.
How often are you getting a new pair of glasses?
These are reading
you're
glasses.
putting
They
your
cost
thumbs
$5.
on-
Oh,
Your
reading
thumbs on
glasses.
These
Okay.
are $5. Fucking throw
break
That's the
them,
only
yeah.
one I have here. But yeah.
But even if you pay $5, why not just not fuck them up?
Because I'm a destroyer of worlds. I am Shiva, the destroyer of worlds.
Did you see Oppenheimer, Mark?
I did. I enjoyed it. A little
Yeah, it's
long.
fun.
30 minutes too long.
Yeah, at least
Yes.
30 minutes.
Oh my
Well,
God.
they didn't need the Robert Downey Jr. part at all, I thought. It was just corny
won an
and
Oscar.
bad. What?
He did.
I feel like he won an Oscar for his only bad performance. I truly think that. I think
Interesting.
that's his only bad performance he's ever done. And he won an Oscar.
It's kind of like The Departed, how they let that one have the Oscar.
Yeah. Yeah.
Not
'cause
his
it's-
best film.
Robert Downey Jr. is
yeah.
just like, it's like bad. It's like effort. It's bad.
Oh,
Hey,
Nelly.
you found it.
You found us. Thing just got serious.
Hey.
Well, you're here. We're happy to see you.
Welcome to Skank.
It's good to see you. I can't believe you're really here. All right, we got to wrap this up. We got Nick DiPaolo. We
Thank
got a
you, guys.
legend here.
We'll go.
No, we're done.
Sit down.
That's how it starts. I think we got some good,
Yeah.
good
Yeah,
bite
thank
on
you
it.
guys.
Thanks for watching Luke and Joe talk movies. And
Yeah, we'll see you guys next
This will be
week.
the biggest episode. You watch. We'll put Ron's face right on there.
I'm physically getting replaced.
We're going to put you behind the big purple curtain.
See, they say Jews will not replace us, but Jews are just replacing other Jews.
That's
how
exactly
it
what's
works.
happening.
You get rid of a
The
Jew with a
ultimate
Jew.
pyramid
A
scheme.
better looking Jew.
Tiki torch.
Although he is half Jewish, so slowly you're going to be.
You're half?
Oh, yeah.
Steve bonus.
Like Goldie Hawn.
Really?
And Lenny Kravitz.
Thank you.
And Paul Newman.
Is the tall side your Jewish side or your non-Jewish side?
Jewish side. Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah, thank you.
No kidding. And Goldman, by the way.
Goldman's half?
I know two 6'6" Jews.
Goldman's full.
Wow.
Goldman's got to be full.
He's a
he's
big
full.
fool.
I mean that with respect.
There's two
very
types of
noisy.
Jews. There's the Maccabee Jews. There's like the tough Jews, like Maccabee Jews, like the warrior Jews, and then there's my
Warrior
kind.
Jews.
Warrior Jews.
Like there's warrior Jews and then there's like pussy Jews. It's like two types of Jews. Like most people in Israel are like the warrior Jews.
Right.
Where does my dentist fit in?
That's the pussy Jew. And there's my kind.
Well, then there's because Larry David had a joke on Curb where he's like, "What percentage of sunblock is used by Jews? It's gonna be 90%." But I'm like, half the Jews I know are the darkest people I've ever met.
That's right.
Persian Jews.
Yeah, brown. A lot of brown Jews.
There's too many of them, frankly.
Too many Persian
yeah.
Jews?
Too many.
No,
Oh.
Jews in general. JK, LOL. Just kidding.
Co-signed.
All right.
right.
Well, that's been Joe and Ron Talk Movies. Thanks so much for
The big
watching.
three, they call it.
Thanks for having me.
It's really triggering my
was an
FOMO. But thanks for watching, and we'll be back next week consistently. Now we're doing it every week.
That's right.
Every Monday. So
No.
yes, it's here. We said it. All right. We'll see you next time.
Cut.
All right.
Joe likes Scorsese and Ron is Jewy. It's Joe and Ron Talk Movies.
I'm a complete lunatic. I got OCD and panic disorder and all the stuff, and so I've done therapy. I go to therapy. I meditate. I'm in Alcoholics Anonymous, and I work these things all the time, which I have questions for you about. Also, I'm interested in your thoughts on that. But what about talk therapy and all these things? I never hear you mention any of these things because I think I listen to you and it's like you can just let go of anger through meditation and notice that it's just an appearance in consciousness and the half-life and letting go. Do I want to feel this way? Do you think that people can do all this just through meditation and recognizing this is just an appearance in consciousness? Because some things might be deep-seated issues from childhood trauma and all these things. Do you feel there's more to it, or can people just do let's say somebody was abused as a child, which I wasn't, just on a person. I don't want to make it seem like that, but somebody was, horribly physically abused as a child. Is meditation enough, or do they need therapy or a psychotherapy or all those things also? Or can you just achieve peace through recognizing this is an appearance in consciousness and letting go? I guess I'm just going to paddle that over to you with all that mumble jumble. If that's a question.
No, it's a good question. I suspect that ultimately meditation might be enough, but I think it can be very effective and wise to kind of work on yourself on, in other modes, right? The example I often use in this case, from my personal experience is, having a fear of public speaking, right? You could use mindfulness just to deal with that, right? So like every time you confront this anxiety about going out on stage, you can feel just the pure physiology of it, and recognize that it has no real meaning. I mean, it's at the level of its raw experience, it's analogous to, indigestion or, a pain in your elbow or something that really doesn't map back on to who you are as a person in the way that anxiety seems to when you're busy thinking about, why am I such a schmuck who can't get out on stage and feel good about it. And so you just release all the self-judgment and and you just feel the raw sensations, and you just let them, you just let that buzz happen and kind of use it as energy. it's definitely a good thing to do, and it's one remedy, and I think that's ultimately it could be a perfect remedy if you became mindful enough that you could just let everything free fall, and never cling, never identify with anything that's coming through consciousness. Ultimately I think you'd probably be fine, but there are much I think there are much more efficacious ways to work on an anxiety like fear of public speaking than that, or like cognitive behavioral therapy is probably a better approach. And on some level, there's no substitute for doing the thing you're anxious about and learning that you can get to the other side of the anxiety. You can get rewarded by having good experiences doing it, and then that reward can sort of ingrain its own new associations with this thing you've otherwise been inclined to avoid, right? And you can get better at it, and you can feel some increased competence there, and you can have new concepts and new expectations around it, right? You can reframe things. It's not just a matter of feeling things non-conceptually through mindfulness. You can just consciously reframe the experience. Like you can notice that anxiety feels rather a lot like excitement, right? And it just has a different sort of cognitive frame around it, right? The things that excite you, for which you're willing to pay some money to experience, whether that's a roller coaster or something else, that's very much like anxiety, and yet it gets coded as positive, whereas the clammy dread you feel, having to go out on stage, gets coded as negative. You can work with all of that conceptually in a way that is sort of ancillary to being mindful, and actually make a lot of progress. And perhaps understanding, to moving to other psychological issues, maybe understanding their origins gives you some new tools by which to make progress, right? So I think you can do all of it, and I think they're all complementary. I wouldn't, and taking medication when medication is what's useful is also totally valid in my view. So I think you use anything that works.
You have seen our first guest perform on Conan, The Tonight Show, Last Comic Standing, and The Late Show with David Letterman. You can also see him on season 2 of The Stand-Up, streaming on Netflix. We welcome to AM Northwest comedian Joe List. Joe, good to have you with us.
Hey, thanks for having me.
Absolutely.
I got to tell you, it's nice to hear my resume. You hear that and you're like, hey, I've actually done a lot of things.
Look at what you've done. It's amazing.
Yeah, it feels pretty good.
And you've been to Portland before, right? This is your first time on our show, but you've been to Portland before.
I have. I love this city. For some reason, I can't not say Portland in an Irish accent. Portland. It feels like a good Irish.
Well, we do have
Portland.
a lot of pubs around.
Yeah. I'll go to a Portland pub, and it's just for that. I think it's the OR thing, Portland. Yeah. It just feels like a good.
It does.
Irish-sounding city.
I love it. Now, you grew up in Massachusetts, right?
Yes, also a very Irish place. Maybe that's what it is.
Maybe that's what it is. So tell me about growing up in Massachusetts.
Well, it's pretty nice. Everyone's angry. You don't realize how angry everybody is there. It's all very Irish, and it's cold, and people fight a lot there. Like, I didn't realize that. People like, oh my God, look at this photo.
Yeah,
this
so
is
I
brutal.
want to know, we're quite, so this was your car? You were so excited about having your portrait taken with your car?
No, not my car. I wish that was my car. I just liked Corvette. When you're a kid, every idea you just have to go with. I had no ability to be like, I don't think so. So I liked Corvettes. And my uncle's friend had a Corvette, and they were like, what if we took your senior portrait with the Corvette?
Wow.
And so I was like, okay, I guess. And so I'm sitting next to a Corvette that doesn't belong to me. I've never driven a Corvette. I don't own a Corvette. I'm not even like a car guy. It was just like when you're 17, you're like, I like Corvettes, I guess.
Why not? Why not?
You don't know what you like when you're 17. So we took a photo next to a Corvette, and it looks like I own it or something.
Well, that's funny. And then you got into stand-up right out of high school, right?
Yeah, as soon as I graduated, I started doing stand-up.
And do you remember what your first gig was like?
I do. It was a place called Chops Lounge. It's not there anymore. It was like a true open mic. Anybody could come and sign up. There was literally like homeless people, like unfortunate people.
Right.
Walking up on stage just saying whatever they were saying. It was pretty wild.
How did it go? How did you...
Went well for me, not for them so much, but it went okay. The first joke I ever did, I said, this is in Boston, so I said, I went to Cheers and nobody knew my name. That was like my big joke.
Yeah.
And then my other joke was, I got the worst wait, let me try to remember. I got the worst apartment warming gift ever, an air conditioner. It's because it doesn't warm. And like I remember it went pretty well because I was like a teen. I had zits, and the guy that ran the show gave me his card.
We're looking at your
there
first
you go.
headshot.
That's my first headshot right there. Boy, kind of I actually look okay in that
I
one.
think you look good there.
Yeah, that's quite the forehead I have there. But yeah, it actually went pretty well. And this guy, his name was Larry Lee Lewis, and he gave me his card. And I remember thinking, I'm in show business.
Yeah.
And I was like, it was so exciting. And I was not in show business. You could argue that I'm still not now. But
well, I love that you're married to another comedian.
I am, yes. I am married to Phyllis Diller. No, that's my wife. You guys really did your homework here.
Yeah, that's what we do here.
That's my wife, Sarah Talamash. She's on the show, so if you come, you can see her as well.
Didn't you do, she's at Helium with you.
She's at Helium this weekend.
Yeah,
yeah. Yes.
And didn't you two did it like a roast off, right? Where you went against head to head?
Yeah, they call it a roast battle, Comedy Central roast battle, and she won, and I took my foot off the gas a little bit. I care about her.
What? Wait a minute. I'm going to defend Sarah here. What?
No, I'm kidding. We wrote the jokes together. There's
okay.
some footage of it. Luckily, you can't hear the audio because we would be kicked off of morning television, but we said horrible things to each other. But it was fun. We wrote the jokes together, so that way you're not like...
surprised.
What?
Well, yeah.
Yeah. You never want to have someone be like, yeah, my husband has the worst breath, and you're like, I do? So we kind of wrote the jokes together. We said horrible things, and it went well. We get along great.
You've been married not very long, right?
No, a year, little over a year. We got about 2 or 3 years to go, and then that'll be it. And, not kidding.
How was the wedding? Oh, this is cute, first of all.
That was Halloween. This is fun because it looks like we're Popeye fans, but I've never, similar to the Corvette, I don't care about Popeye. We just went to a store right before the Halloween party and just bought the costumes they had left.
That's funny.
So we had fun. But wait, what was the question?
No, about your wedding. How was the wedding?
Wedding was great. It was like really low key. We did no church. We did it all at a hotel. Oh my God, you guys have everything here. That's Robert Kelly, another great comedian. I don't know if he works the club. He should. You guys should book Robert Kelly if you don't.
Okay.
But a comedian officiated our wedding, and he was hilarious. And it was all out in this little courtyard in the hotel, and then we just shifted right over to the dance floor, and it was magical. It was the best day of my life.
Are you a good dancer?
Oh, I can dance. Look
Really?
at this.
Look at that
footage.
move.
Yeah. I can dance well. I mean, this looks like the Matrix right here. Yeah, I can really dance. And we danced 100% of the time. The DJ was like, I've never seen a bride and groom dance this much. Usually they're socializing, and we're like, no, we hate our families. We just wanted to dance. So we never spoke to anyone at our wedding. We just danced the night away. It was really fun, I recommend that.
It's a good idea.
Yeah.
You were on Letterman. What was that experience like?
It was incredible. I was, I think, one of the last comedians to debut on there. It was after he announced he was retiring.
Oh, right.
And it's hard. It's hard to get on TV. We tried for like a year and a half to get on, and then finally they gave me a date. It was the thrill of my lifetime. But you guys did a lot of research here.
So that's Letterman's cue card.
Yeah, that was the cue card. I have them at my house framed. And
I think that's cool.
It was pretty magical. That was the show that meant the most to me. I've done that in this show. This is 1 and 1A. I've always wanted to meet Dave.
I knew you would love this show.
So yeah, it was the best day of my life. I already said that about my wedding. It was the second best day of my life. 2 best days, Letterman wedding.
Why did Letterman mean so much to you?
Well, I grew up watching him, and I just thought he was. And then even before I was watching him in the '80s, when I was a young kid, he kind of changed the whole thing. He was so irreverent and all that stuff. So. He meant a lot, and I thought he was kind of like the king of. They always say there's like 4 kind of kings of late: Steve Allen, Jack Paar, Johnny Carson, and Letterman. So he was like the last sort of legendary guy. No disrespect to Jimmy.
Now, how is it being married to a comedian? Do you two entertain everyone at dinner? I mean, how?
A little bit, I think so. It's great. I mean, it's the best. We were talking about it in the car. Dating a comedian is nice because this is the key to a marriage. We hate all the same people. You know what I mean? You're like, that guy's a jerk. I'm not going to name names here, but you know what I mean? This is actually the model in Paris. You see that guy?
Tell us about this.
Oh, so we started, some people are so attractive that it's hilarious. We were in Paris, and this guy was doing a modeling shoot, and he was so attractive that we couldn't stop laughing. So we took photos with him, and he ended up being on our flight, and he was like in his pajamas. You know, on a flight, everyone looks like hell, you know?
Right.
But this guy still looked gorgeous.
Good.
I am a heterosexual man. I've never been more attracted to a human being in my life than that guy right there. I would have left my wife for him.
Well, he is attractive.
Yeah, he's a beautiful, beautiful man. And I said to my wife, I was like, ask him on a date. If he says yes, leave me. I'll take care of the kids. We don't have kids. I made that up. But so anyways, yeah, it's great dating a comedian. We have a lot of fun. It's
Well, and your wife Sarah is opening for you,
Mm-hmm.
and you guys are at Helium tonight. 2 shows tonight, 2 shows tomorrow.
Yes.
Thank you so much for visiting.
Thank
and
you for
next
having
time,
me.
have Sarah come with you.
I will, for
That'd
sure.
be
I'll
fun.
get her butt out of bed.
Okay, sounds good.
It's Connor's Ultimate Movies. Connor's Ultimate Movies. You're watching Connor's Ultimate Movies. I'm Connor. These are my ultimate movies. I like these movies. Connor's Ultimate Movies. C-U-M. C-U-M. It's the premier movie channel. C-U-M. Hello, and welcome to the world premiere of Connor's Ultimate Movies, or C-U-M. I'm Connor Spielberg. What did we decide on? I'm Connor Spielberg. That's not my real name, of course. My real name is wait, hold on, I'm not supposed to say my real name. My wife asked me to use an alias. Here on C-U-M, Connor's Ultimate Movies, we'll be taking you through some of our favorite movies in 4G HD hyper-coloring. We don't actually have the rights to any of these films. They're quite expensive, and the FBI can come in and arrest you, evidently. I am an FBI agent. Watch it, Brody. That feel good? Dan, did you plug in the Johnny Utah thing?
No, not yet.
But it has to come after that, the FBI thing.
No, I know, but I'm gonna put it in after during the edit.
Oh.
Edit this.
But if they're watching this, they've seen it.
Yes.
Right. You're shooting from the waist up, right?
Yeah.
We'll be presenting some of the greatest films of all time. American films, that is. I struggle with subtitles. And I'll be presenting to you my favorite movies and the stories behind them. Let me just get my glasses.
Are they okay?
Yeah, no, it's fine. I put a little pillow down. It's just a fun gag.
Oh, you're doing that on purpose?
Are we rolling? Today is no different. We're presenting the 1976 thriller classic about a shark, Jaws, starring Roy Schneider, Robert Shaw, and Richard Dreyfuss. Richard Dreyfuss is fantastic in this film, although he's quite annoying in some other films, such as Mr. Holland's Opus. More like Mr. Holland's Save Us Some Time by not watching the film. Dan wrote that line. One of my favorite things about the film Jaws is, can you hear me through the poster? Jaws is based on the Peter Griffin novel of the same name, Jaws.
It's still in the shot.
Oh, the thing is I worked really hard on it. Do the eyes look stupid? Let's break for snacks. One of the most iconic things about the film Jaws, of course, is the masterful John Williams score, Jaws theme. Does that sound like it? Cut. The art direction and makeup department really shines in this 1976 thriller called Jaws, especially in the scene where Quint gets eaten by the shark and blood just like shoots out of his mouth. It's really tremendous. You'll see it towards the end of the film.
Did you just give away the end of the film?
Spoiler alert. Let's roll the tape. Oh, fuck. I hit the table. I think I pulled the mic out too. I'm going skinny dipping! Does that play? Because I feel like it's not going to look real. I'm going skinny dipping. Come on, what are you, afraid? I think that's better. Here are some fun facts about the film Jaws that perhaps you didn't know. A young, unknown Chevy Chase was up for the part of Martin, the police guy. And Richard Dreyfuss had never met Steven Spielberg before the filming of the film. Jaws is one of those films that swims up and bites you. It just, once you have been bitten, you really, fuck. Jaws is one of those films, fuck! This movie bites. Jaws is one of those films that's great. It's maybe his best, it's great. Jaws is Steven Spielberg's second film, but it's not unsimilar to his first film, Duel. They're both four-letter words, and I don't mean the bad four-letter words like fuck, shit, asshole, piss, motherfucker. These are like, oh, cunt. And they're similar where they're both somebody kind of being pursued by a monster. In one, it's a truck, not a monster truck, but like it's sort of like a... Roger Ebert wrote a thing that I read that I was kind of trying to summarize, and I forget it. But check out RogerEbert.com. His face fell off because he had cancer. But coming up with funding is not easy here at CUM. So if you wouldn't mind ending some money, please Venmo us at Connor's Ultimate Movies on Venmo or PayPal. We can't survive without your funding in order to buy the DVDs to present the films. $1,000 to Connor's Ultimate Movies on Venmo will get you this, and Dan and I will even sign it, and perhaps even Steven Spielberg himself will sign it, but that is unlikely. Connor's Ultimate Movies, this feels a little tight, no? Okay, now we're good. Just a heads up, I'm gonna go really dramatic on this one. Connor's Ultimate Movies is brought to you by Tap Water, the only beverage we can afford. And that's me, Connor Spielsberg. That's me, Connor Spielsberg, president of CUM, signing off. Hope you enjoyed the film. I know I did. I think that presented some power.
Do you want to change your pants?
CUM. And I'll CUM the movies.
No, that was good.
I think it might be stupid.